Hello everyone, this is AT&T 360 where we do aviation, travels and tourism report. Thank God this is season 2, episode 3 of Breakfast Hub. And I'm still your captain, your host, MGV, the man with the golden voice. And I'm still with the same cabin crew, the air hostess herself and the air host man. Or should I call it like that?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. I am your air host for today, Ray.
And lateral to our beautiful Ray.
Oh, okay.
Is your boy is.
Yeah, that's what he's.
I
beg. The show still humble, Don't mind this guy.
How do we serve you today, sir? How do we serve you today?
Thank you.
We serve hot tea.
A hot tea, okay.
And juicy gist on the breakfast of aviations, travels, and
tourism report. And there's a lot of things to talk about, here. And last week was actually wonderful, but this week will be much more better. Lots of gist, lots of interesting things, to talk about.
Are you even ready?
No, they can never be ready.
Are you ready? No, I'm actually pretty serious.
They can never be ready.
Season 2, episode 3, you need to take your book, your pen, because it's about to be late.
Yes.
But guess what?
Yes, still the same thing, but something happened, a couple of days ago, and we're still in the fury of celebration, and that is what?
Happy Independence.
Yeah, Happy Independence Day. I know it's bars. He won't be able to complete it. Imagine.
Happy birthday, Nigeria.
I'm still learning. Don't worry, I'll catch up. I have to go back to private.
We're not even going to talk about how they changed our beloved former anthem to this, but Nigeria will really heal this.
Yeah, so 65 years so far, so good. Aviation sector has it been? What do you think?
I think so many things have gone up in this country in the past few years.
It's better than it used to be.
Yeah, so many reforms, and particularly in the aviation sector, really. I think in the past few years, so many reforms has come up. In our last episode, we spoke about our airport.
Yes.
The renovation that is going to happen in our international airport. It has already started.
It has
started.
And plans are in actions already. It's like milestone after another milestone, and it's just a whole lot.
And I trust our listeners that this is just the best channel. You get to hear everything as it's coming up. So it's a beautiful year. So many things are changing in Nigeria.
Yes.
And we're super excited for it.
Yeah, and all these things are actually happening under the leadership of
But let's go on a quick break, and you're not going to touch that out, because this is AT&T 360 TV, where we talk about aviation, travels and tourism report. We'll be right back. Welcome back to the Breakfast of AT&T 360, where we talk about aviation, travels and tourism. Now, before we went on the break, we talked about how a lot of changes are happening in the aviation industry, how lots of milestones are being achieved. We cannot talk about all of this without specific people being given credit to. What do you think?
Yes, like you said, we need to appreciate some people and for their hard works and making sure that the aviation sector is actually booming, especially under the leadership of the Minister of Aviation, Olorogun Festus Keyamo. I call him my own personal big bros in Roboland, so I'll say Migwosa. So, so he has been doing really good, and he's been doing a lot. We also need to recognize all the parastatals under the Ministry of Aviation. They are also doing well.
Yeah, under his leadership, it's a whole lot. Now let's give credit to whom. If somebody is doing good, let's say they are doing good. Sir, well done, sir.
I have a question.
All right.
I mean, just please, who run the world?
Oh, here we go again.
I've been waiting for this question.
Here we go. You are looking for trouble.
Okay, you know what?
Please let me look for the trouble. Wherever you keep it, let me look for it and fish it out.
Calm down. Who runs the world? No, you answer that question.
All right, ladies, women, I accept.
You want
they run the road.
You want to go home.
I want to have I just remember that I have women around me.
I know.
I need to get paid.
It's not because you're afraid. It's true. It's been tested, trusted, and approved.
No.
Now, come on, but we want to give specific shout out specific credit. The woman who has been breaking glass ceilings, milestone after milestone, achievement after achievement. President General, the MD CEO of the Federal Airport Authorities of Nigeria.
The woman king.
Olubunmi Kuku. No, Olubunmi Kuku.
Drums rolling.
Is that woman. Let's give it to her. She's that woman. Number one, she's the first Nigerian female vice president of ACI, the Airport Council International
Africa. Now.
Easy
Easy
runner. That's one. Number two, she's one of the permanent members in the Global Airport Council International Africa. Not only that, if not for her head, for our leadership as vice president, that was when Nigeria also got re-elected into the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO, with 163 votes.
Wow, that's a good one. That's a good
under
one.
her leadership as vice president, that is when in the ICAO we were re-elected with 163 votes. So it means these members, 163 people thought, okay, Nigeria, you can be re-elected.
And that speaks to her credentials, really.
Do you understand what she has done?
Just allow me to divert a bit. When we look at what our women are doing, I just pose this question, really, and this the current DG of president of World Trade Organization, former honorable minister of finance, Madam Ngozi Okonjo-Iweala.
No, serious.
And you say woman no run the world yourself.
I don't need to speak much about her. We already know. The giant strides she's making.
Yeah.
You know how difficult it is to even be an African leader of WTO in the first place, and for you to now be re-elected into that position.
Do you know the change she must have effected for her to think,
and this is a position where the United States of America lobby for, big countries lobby for, and for you to now be a Nigerian woman, it's one thing for you to be an African. You are already down by 1-0 when you come to all those positions,
already.
Then you are now a Nigerian woman. You not
with
only
the green passport.
With the green passport.
Hey.
These are the giant things women are doing to put the face of this country, on the map of the world. And like you just rightly said too, Madam Kuku is just doing fantastically well. And I must point out the fact that not only is she attaining this position outside, look at the reforms
that she's doing inside. Let's be very realistic and honest.
Okay.
She didn't get there just because of that thing where they say, because she's a woman, so they are going to go easy on her. Evidence choke.
You choke.
Chakam. Just hold on tight.
But make I no lie you. I was very skeptical when I heard that she's actually going to be the first female MD or FAAN. Sorry, madam, but I was like, okay,
what can
fine.
she
What
bring
can she
on
do?
board?
The men have actually.
What are you telling me? She's not bringing anything
Madam,
to the table. She is the
twilight to you, please. Twilight.
General,
You are doing well. You are doing well. Sean,
now, and it's under leadership. They just announced the airport renovation and the cashless policy in Lagos and Abuja. Do you understand that? She's like, okay, we want it seamless, we want to go digital, we want to refurbish, we want to remodernize, we want to rescale, we want to change things. We go from the traditional way to something modern. The world is moving, but are we really, really changing with it?
Yes,
but
exactly.
She's like, this change, not only are we going to see, of course, she's the vice president now, do you understand?
Yes.
ACI. So there will be a lot of things that will be, that would enjoy in Nigeria, in Africa, right?
Being a member of
the board.
But seeing the fact that we're beginning to see these little things come to pass. I mean, like the cashless policy, it's a whole lot. And of course, there's a lot of things to think about. How is it going to affect us? The change, is it even really necessary? How are we going to deal with that? I mean, the cards, there's just a whole lot to talk about.
Okay.
Go ahead.
You see, now that you brought it, because I actually wanted to speak about some of our milestone achievement. But now that you've spoken about the cashless idea, like you rightly said, these are reforms that we need. The world is moving. You also have to move with it.
Exactly.
The world, you have to move it, or else you'll be left behind. I was speaking to, there's this friend of mine that travels in and out of the country. Like these guys now. Today UK, tomorrow US, next tomorrow.
Travels
exactly.
Too much
and
money.
he was telling me that for those of us that for people that travel every night, like they take the international flight, if you've been conversant with what our airport has been, our routine and everything has been in the past 10 years or 5 years, you notice the changes.
It might be a little subtle, but there's something consistent.
You see the changes in what is actually going on with our aviation sector slowly. Yes, it might not be as giant as what you get to see in the likes of Heathrow Airport and those big airports outside in US and likes, but we are seeing those changes, and it's part of the reforms that FAAN as an organization or as a parastatal is actually bringing into our airport. But this cashless initiative, I kind of have mixed feelings around it. It's not like I don't want it. I mean, it's a digital world now. We live in a world where the likes of Money Point and OPay came into our finance sector,
and it just blew
everywhere because of what seamless transactions.
Seamless, was easy, was quick.
So you have the likes of Paystack, coming, a Nigerian startup out of nowhere in 5 years. See what they've turned into. You understand? They've become a global giant where people are also coming to even buy. So, and this is just because of how Nigerians or how Nigeria as a country, our fintech space is moving. So
they saw a gap and they filled it.
So it's only natural for us to adopt these smart financial services into our day-to-day lives. But however, the question I want to ask is this: are we ready for this?
Good.
You asked a very, very, very relevant question because
I feel she's a bit ambitious. Okay, you can. Okay, I feel she's a bit ambitious. She said
for once, said, okay, let's not compare ourselves to the foreign countries and all that have started cashless thing. But one thing I know is that before you make up any decision like this, you have to do a survey. Yeah, you have to do a survey. Okay, can this work? What are the pros and cons before you start up this cashless of a thing?
You will never be ready until you're ready.
True.
So if we keep waiting, okay, how did we know we could adapt to Money Point, OPay, this quick fintechs, Kuda? What am I? Let's even leave this one.
Okay.
How did we know we're going to adapt to them? Of course, there's a bit of a margin here, right?
Okay.
But the truth is, we're never ready until we're ready. Plus, going digital helps for transparency, accountability. Okay. There might be some tiny icks that we don't have all the answers to yet. But do you think that there's no system in place for us? So would you rather the fear of, this thing might not work, so we should now not just even bother to go digital?
Okay, so I'm not saying we shouldn't go digital, Ray. I'm not saying we shouldn't go digital, but I feel she's a bit too ambitious.
Exactly, that's why I'm saying it.
Okay, she said she said, though the pilot phase is still in Lagos and Abuja, obviously the only international airports that are major airports in Nigeria. Yeah. Other airports, as things goes by, they will come on board.
Yeah.
But she said that by 2026,
the first quarter
of 2026, everything has to be totally cashless. So and this is October 2025. That means you have like 3 months to end this year.
So we have just half a year, 6 months. It's doable.
No, I'm not saying it's not doable. When you say totally cashless in a country where so many things can go wrong at any time, the finance sector or financial services is not an isolation of the country itself.
Okay.
We live in as seamless as we have the likes of Money Point and OPay, they still get to have technological issues. So why won't you leave room? Why won't you leave that room for, when there's a bit of downtime or failure, we should have an alternative to route through. But saying you want to go 100%.
Exactly.
Well, here's it.
Okay.
So, she says 100% because they are trying to leave no room for, space of that. I get that. Maybe you say maybe 99%.
There should always be a plan B. Ray, there should always be a plan B.
Hold on now.
I'm with you.
So she's now on a bigger scale, of course, and she mentioned representation. So she has seen other countries do this thing. She understands. Hold on, I'm getting something. She has seen other people do this thing. She understands the intricacies. Plus, she's not the only person. It's a project. There are teams. They're coming together with experts. How have you done this?
I know they are teaming up with
There are
large
collaborations
fintech.
in place. Hold on.
Oh, man.
I'm getting somewhere. Women around the world. Hold
Let
on.
that go
Hold
this
on. Up and running. Now we have 6 months. Are you telling me that you want to start a project? You give us 6 months, and you, of course, there will be tiny failures. But there will be tiny failures, of course. But it cannot be as major because there are systems, there are experts coming to tell us. And do you think that's why you are using Testron, Lagos and Abuja for Testron?
Okay.
That's one. Two, that's why they said, she specifically said something about being gradual. We started September 29th.
Okay.
Right. And she's saying the first quarter, it's a projection. Changes might occur. Change is the only constant thing in life.
All
But
right.
it's just a positive and optimistic outlook on we're going to go completely digital. So we'll start by, okay, how many people are coming in? Are we get them cards? You pay for the cards, you fund the cards. Some people will probably just have a sticker on their card. People that are maybe constant in the airport, they might not need to get a card. They just get instead of access card, they'll get stickers. Do you understand? So there'll be specific. It's not a one-way thing. There'll be branches on, okay, if this is not working, this will work. So if you are talking about plan B, plan C to make this thing work, yes, there will be, because that's the concise thing.
Okay, now I'm thinking about corruption. Do you think corruption will actually disappear when we start going cashless?
It will reduce it. It might not totally eliminate it.
Are
but
you
it will
sure?
reduce
Okay,
it.
okay. And I also want to bring another thing: cybersecurity risk.
Exactly.
There's that.
We need to consider that too
There
as
is
well.
look, everything.
Nigerians are smart, oh. Yahoo, at least you're saying Yahoo, MMM. You know what has happened with all that.
So the truth
cybersecurity risk should be considered.
So,
I get that part right.
Ray, I know because a woman is involved.
Apart
Yeah.
from
I know because a woman is
exactly,
involved.
the shaka.
Ray,
It is shaka. This is my first time of seeing her shine like this. Take it easy, calm down.
It's not just because it's a woman, right?
Okay.
I understand.
Sorry, Liz,
Yes.
hold on.
No.
It's not just because a woman is involved. It's because she's really, really positive about a major change.
Yes.
This could be a major.
No,
In fact, this will be a major change.
It's a
in the
major.
aviation industry,
It's a major
right?
change because
All those tiny little things, baggages of
Ray,
15 naira,
Ray,
100 naira, you get to eliminate them.
Ray, we spoke about. Sorry to cut you short. We spoke about the need for us to maintain our airports in the last episode, and we constantly say this. We can't claim to be the giant of Africa and we have what we currently have, and we need money. To make all these reforms.
Good.
FAAN needs to make the money, to be honest, and they cannot afford to be losing revenue. Truth be told, they are currently losing. I'm sure they are losing if not up to 50% or even more of their current revenue because of people siphoning what is supposed to be.
Exactly.
For instance,
Tiny little things.
the current method of or let's say the old, since we now have a new cashless
the
old method of
you.
over the counter. You can understand if we had maybe 100 cars in a day, for instance, and they pay 500. Whoever the cashier is might, if the person has fraudulent tendencies, can choose to remit 50% of that to the coffers of the government.
True.
And siphon the remaining into his pocket, and nobody would know. But with the cashless policy, we all know that this particular remittance is going straight to maybe the federal government TSA account or whichever account that is domiciled for this transaction. So we know that their revenue is probably going to shoot up. Do you understand? If there's anything this government is watching over,
from what I heard,
whatever it is that revenue is, it could triple because at least you are sure. Or even if it doesn't triple, you know that, okay, this is supposed to be my revenue. I have a lot of skepticism around it because I'm wondering, yes, you are working with one of the best fintech company in the world, Paystack. Paystack said they've been with them for like 6 months trying to integrate in, onboarding and all those things.
Yes.
But you should also know that so many people come to the airport. Some people are not even. This is a country this is a country where we have about 60% unbanked, 60% people that are not even learned. Do you understand? So when an elderly person or a person that is not learned comes to the airport, maybe because the person is an Uber driver or a taxi man that does not know how to use all these fintechs, all these apps and these things to make payments, and this person is required to make payment over the counter, 500 naira. I have my cash. I want to pay this cash. and just get it over with. But you're telling me that I have to go and get a card I don't even know how to use, or use one application that I don't even know how to use. Those things will lead to delays.
Yes, and let me take you up from there.
So the airport is not an isolation of the whole Nigerian economy, so to say, or Nigeria as a whole. Are we trying to discourage the unbanked or the unlearned or the people that are not too tech savvy from coming to our airport, when they now know that by the time you get to that airport, everything is now tech. I have to get a card. I have to get this thing. Something that is supposed to. Yes,
it's
but
gradual.
And that's why. But when you say it is gradual, what is there a time limit for everything going automatic like? She's not giving 1 year, 2 years for people to get acclimatized.
Exactly.
She's giving 3
months. That's what I'm trying to say.
Wait, you already have banks.
Okay.
And let's not even say you already have
Are you
banks.
saying
Wait, calm down. Okay, hold on.
I'm with you.
So
I'm with you on this.
Yes, we want to go cashless. Right?
Yes.
So we'll start with, you have cash, right? You have to get the card first. It's
Okay,
cashless
so we are
to
going
get the card.
cashless, but we still used to use cash to get the card.
Cash.
Yes, because of transition, you cannot just go immediately. It's not abracadabra.
The
There's
way I'm
systems.
seeing it, like you spoke about men, that have been in the system for a long time and trying. There will be resistance to change.
Yes.
There will be, but do you know
It
that
will
there's
be
already been
ongoing.
ongoing
It will be a slow adoption.
walkthroughs to express it, like, oh, this is.
Now you're saying the same thing with me. They need to sensitize the public,
yes, they're
the
doing
workers,
that.
And all that, because it's very, very helpful.
Credit to us, that's
And
what
if you look at it, people are going to revolt, especially traveling agents. Okay, so the world is actually moving when it comes to IT, and then we need to also move to as well. We cannot be left behind. So
we definitely cannot be left
I
behind.
actually support cashless.
And while we understand that
society.
this is extremely important, we also know that there will be challenges that we'll face. But as we move forward, as we go further, we will find ways to reduce them, And of course, they're planning to use it in access gates, car parks, VIP and protocol.
Yes. I mean, it's very much needed. I can understand places like the lounges, but I'm looking at the heavy trafficked places like the gates. I want to pay for a gate fee of 500 naira that I have at the back of my pocket that I can easily just give to you, and after 2 seconds I'm out.
Well,
what happens when there's a downtime? And
exactly.
Things like that. This is a place where we have about 400, 500 cars trying to pass in space of 5 minutes.
Last weekend, I was at the airport last weekend, and of course there were a lot of cars. So I get the fact that too many at the same time and all that. But truth is, when we get to that point, we'll cross it. And we have from September 29th to the first
okay,
quarter.
you guys, wait. I know. Wait, you guys should just calm down. We need to
because we cannot jump. It is gradual.
Madam, calm down. Okay, you know what? Let's go to the street and let's hear from other people and let's know their opinion about this cashless thing that is happening.
My name is Tunde.
My name is Etagwila Samson.
It shows that we're actually adopting technology, and I think it will actually improve things in the way things work in the airport and so.
It's good to work with your card and cash in case of there's no network.
It helps to reduce corruption in the sector.
With my own suggestion, I think it's not everybody that can use that. Like, let's consider the old ones. For the old ones that don't know anything about this card and have cash to pay, if we keep doing this card and no cash, how would they do?
The only disadvantage I see there is maybe if there is no network.
To me, it's a 50-50. To me, it's a 50-50 case. I remember when we have no cash, people were fighting for cash. That means we still have value for cash. It's not everything is about cash, card. Abi? We don't really need card. There are some places we need cards, and there are some places we need cash.
Please keep on watching AT&T 360.
Keep watching AT&T 360.
Yeah, so we're back from the streets. The comments that we've been hearing from people is actually seriously.
I am for, I am against.
I know. I expected the mixed reactions.
Yeah,
I mean, when you throw up, very
major
interesting topics like this and innovations, Nigerians will always have their, their thoughts, and we are it's a country of very smart people and divert
Opinions.
everything. So I mean, it's normal, and I know it's this kind of ideas that makes a nation. Bring your own ideas. Bring
Exactly.
your. We don't have to just go one way. Tell me the pros and the cons. Let's weigh it together, and we'll be able to take better decisions. So so it's part of those things, and I'm sure. I mean, I know the minister is listening to us, and
definitely,
and also the MD of FAAN too is also listening.
Yes.
And
big shout out to my woman.
Here we go again.
Here we go again.
Anyways, but innovation has never always been a one-way thing. And plus, either ways, we have from now till the first quarter of 2026 to figure it out.
Let's just
There will
hope.
be trials, there will be fails. We know that there are pros and cons, but we have till the first quarter of next year to get our act together. And I'm sure we will get it right. And me, Madam Kuku Olubumi says it is the biggest contactless payment use we have and we will have in Nigeria. So of course we will meet with against and forth. It is completely normal. But we are optimistic and we look forward to how this will pan out, which we know will have a positive feedback.
Definitely.
Based on this milestone that she has achieved, and by she, my woman, I mean Madam Kuku Olubimi, the MD, CEO of Federal Airport Authority of Nigeria and the current Vice President of the Airport Council International Africa, she has applauded Nigeria's re-election into the International Civil Aviation Organization, ICAO Council, with 163 votes. And she described it as a resounding endorsement of the nation's leadership in global aviation. She also congratulated Egypt and South Africa on this re-election. It just goes to put a resounding strength for Africa. We're doing more than just breaking ceilings. In fact, we are the table. We are just disrupting the aviation sector globally, and it's a big deal.
Yeah, that was actually a beautiful one from her, and I see Nigeria soaring higher and higher.
Big shout out to Madam Kuku.
Yeah,
she
so
knows
the
her stuff
world,
and she's not stopping. This is what we want. We're going for it. Go for the bullseye.
Yeah, exactly, and the world is actually seeing that Nigeria is getting better and better when it comes to the aviation sector.
Nigeria,
so I'm
Africa.
so happy about that. So to all my listeners and viewers, please. This is still AT&T 360, where we talk about aviation, travels and tourism report. Please do not forget to
subscribe,
follow, and like
on all our social media handles: Facebook,
Instagram,
YouTube,
and Twitter.
Yes,
so everywhere you can find us.
Exactly.
We've spent quality time, debating the whole cashless policy, and not take the good wins of Madam Kuku's achievement from her. She has made several milestone achievements ever since she became the MD of FAAN. And I really want to applaud her. I was just going through some of her achievements. I noticed that the runways, renovation to her, part of the things that they are working on. But going back to this, to the cashless thing, I just have few, suggestions. I do not know if these are already in plan, but based on what we've heard from the street and also the conversations in-house here, I still have the belief that there are so many unbanked people in this country. Aside that, people coming into our airports too, you should also understand that majority of them are not going to be Nigerians. Some of them are not going to be Nigerians. Most of them are not Nigerians, would probably not even understand our language, maybe not even English or our local dialect here. So I think we should have a 24/7 customer service operation on ground.
Okay.
And also people that are able to translate to whichever language it is, maybe from French to English or from English to, so that if it's an outsider that encounter problem while trying to use any of these services, it will be seamless for that person to, resolve whatever transactions. So for instance, I'm Italian, I'm in Nigeria, I tried using the card and for one or two reasons, there's card failure. The only language I understand is Italian. Do you understand? How do I resolve my flight at that problem? So if you have 24/7 customer service and also translators on ground to help such expatriates or people, I think it will also go a long way too.
I think that's such a great angle.
So there are so many things, and I'm still a big I'm still standing on the fact that this should be hybrid. She should not just go abruptly on total cashless. It should be hybrid for now. Let people, gradually. As a country, we faced a problem when we intended going cashless all of a sudden.
Okay.
Yeah, we did.
You understand?
Yes, we did.
So we should learn from mistakes we've made. Yorubas will say, do you understand?
Mm-hmm.
So we should learn from our previous mistakes. And I see a similar problem coming up again if we just decide to go cashless just like that. So let's transition slowly. People will get there. You will achieve what you want to achieve. But when you decide to just, switch off all at once and decide, oh no, this is what I want, my way or highway, then you face a lot of backlash. That if you are not careful, you might have to just cancel the whole plan or initiative.
Ace, I get it, right? I
Yes.
completely get it. And
So-
I'm not trying to because she's a lady, she's a
No,
woman,
it
and
has
this-
nothing to do
No,
with being a
so
lady.
it completely
It's-
makes
it's-
sense, right? I
yes.
absolutely love the angle you took it from.
Yeah.
However, my point still stands at the fact that, she has seen this thing, work so many times. Hold on, I'm getting somewhere. So
But
she has
boy.
seen this thing work, right? She probably knows that it might fail, it might not fail. So the timeline that she gave is probably just okay. We should be able to
see it
bypass
out,
some of these
Abi.
things. It's just, so you never
just
know. Maybe
suggestions, really.
she's not even exactly saying that by this time we should. This will probably be.
Okay.
Yes, she's
Problem.
looking at it. So let's just see how it goes.
There-
What we
there-
have
there-
is definitely.
I also want to say something when it comes to low financial literacy and digital adoption. I have to read this here. They said a significant portion of Nigerians, especially in the rural areas, prefer cash due to low trust in digital systems or lack of familiarity with mobile apps and cards. Only about 40% of Nigerians have bank accounts.
Well, that's where sensitization. Before we went on the break, we were talking about proper marketing, sensitization, awareness. Awareness to this is what we're going to do now. Given the timeline that we've given, 6 months old, you're not going to be able to have proper or full access to some of the things you used to have before if you don't have these things in place. Get your card, get your stickers, get all these things in place so you don't have issues when you come here. And do not forget that it is not in all places yet.
Yes,
It's just in Lagos and Abuja.
And you know that this is an airport. It's not a place that every Tom, Dick, and Harry comes every now and then. It's just for some specific people. How many people? It's just for few people. You understand what I'm trying to say? So and if I'm going to even lastly, I just want to in my recommendations to these new reforms too is that they are currently partnering with Paystack as their major fintech partner, which is fantastic. I mean, Paystack, they've showed that yes, they are
over
yes.
the years, trusted.
But I would also it should never be one partner.
They should
Partner with
diversify.
multiple fintech, just
True.
in case there's a downtime. We should have something to resolve. You see, it's a Nigerian culture where we just do something one way and we just feel
Just
like
go straight.
just go straight.
Would you call
and we don't think of a plan B. When the plan A falls apart, the whole thing just crashes. Do you understand? So we have we have mobile money operators, you have the OPay that has also shown that they are reliable.
Yes.
Find a way to integrate your payments your collection platform with these people. So if I have OPay, I can easily just make payment over the airport too. Do you understand? If I have UBA, I have GT, I have all these partners.
Solid.
Come bring them together, so that we'll have a more robust platform
And we have options to pick
and
from.
options to pick from.
Yeah, I really
so
hope the
these are
federal-
the things that would reduce the traffic
I guess.
and crash.
I really roll with that, and I really hope that the Federal Airports Authorities of Nigeria and every aviation authority is taking this into consideration,
Yes.
looking for options to diversify so that there is just no one streamlined source for access into the airport and other things.
All right, so back to what I actually said concerning Nigerians that are in the rural areas and they are not having any bank accounts. I know there will always be rural urban migration,
Right.
and people will always want to jackpot, so we'll see more of them
Alright.
in the airports in Lagos.
Change is
That's
the only
that
constant.
kind of thing. So
They
that's
want
why
to
that's
do
why
that.
we're here. AT&T 360. We got all of you covered. We'll always keep you abreast of the latest happenings and the technical know-hows. So, finally, to my people, what was the last words from you today?
I think personally, she's my go-to woman. What other word can I use for her? I mean, I read.
I think you're crushing
CV.
on her.
No. If somebody has given you evidence, you don't.
What is happening, though?
So yes, she's a go-getter. She's a go-getter, and she's a leader.
Yes.
You know, she's just been here as FAAN MD for President Tinubu appointed her. Do you understand? And I see the transformation she's been.
It's been a turnover.
Yes, we are not there yet, but recall my earlier statement where my friend that used to travel out mentioned that he rated Nigeria airports 3/10 before, and this is someone saying, okay, I think we are close to 5.5 right now. So we've seen a movement from 3/10 to 5.5.
That's over
and this
average.
is
No, that's let my people go Marco.
It's over average.
Your child has moved from poor,
Yes. To
F9, from 3/10 to 5/10 or 5. So at least now, instead of beating the child now, you say, yeah, sit down.
Okay, so Ray, over to you.
Well, I want to say a big shout out and a big thank you to Madam Olubunmi.
Our mama.
She's doing a whole lot in refurbishing the aviation, travels, and tourism sector in Nigeria, specifically the aviation industry. And I also want to say that I want to doff my hat to the people, our team behind her. She's the force, but there are a whole lot of people that are making sure she's getting it right. There are people she's getting back to. Minister Festus Keyamo, a whole lot of people, the president, there are a whole lot of people that are coming together to make sure that Nigerian aviation system is getting it right, and we're not just being mediocre. We've gone from being average or being below average to at least being up to par with some countries. So I want to say big shout out, and big shout out to us, of course, ATRT 360. We are being visible with this upgrades. So,
So you've heard my cabin crew and all that. I know I'm not wishing this, but very soon I strongly believe that we're going to have Madam Olubunmi Kuku right here. Seriously, I'm actually anticipating that. And
he said what he said.
You know, seriously, Madam, kudos to you. I appreciate you. We love you here. On behalf of AT&T 360, you are doing well. And to all our listeners and viewers, we have you in our hearts. You are very, very important and very special to all of us. So next week is going to be better. Next week is going to be wonderful. Tune in. We'll have a wonderful time.